Welcome to the Survivor to Thriver show with your happiness expert, Samia Bano. Are you a survivor of abuse or other trauma? Are you tired of feeling stuck, silent, and stressed all the time? This is the podcast people from all over the world join in to learn exactly how to stop suffering and start living with more inner peace and joy. Are you ready to eliminate suffering from your life and transform from a survivor to thriver? Then congratulations, you are in the right place. Let's get started. Hey, welcome back to the Survivor to Thriver show. In yesterday's episode, we were reflecting on the teaching that love is born of compassion and attachment is born of arrogance. And we really spent most of our time reflecting on the second part of that teaching, that attachment is born of arrogance, and understanding how that would be, why that would be the case. And we came to the conclusion, or I came to the conclusion for us, that the problem with arrogance, the big problem with arrogance, is that it really keeps us trapped in an illusion that we are separate from the other, that we are independent of others, that we are the primary cause, maybe even the only cause. If you're really arrogant, you may think, I'm the only cause of my success, and in so doing, you sort of deny and refuse to acknowledge that we are all parts of an interconnected, interdependent whole. We refuse to acknowledge the contribution that everything that is around us has made to our well-being, to our ability to succeed, whether directly or indirectly. And there's a very unfortunate side effect to this arrogance. The good side of it, if you want to look at it that way, is that having an arrogant attitude really is very satisfying for our pride. Okay, but it has a very unfortunate side effect, and it is that of not allowing us to connect at deep, meaningful levels of with other people and other beings. It does not allow us to connect with others at the level of essence. Okay, because we are so tied up in our perspective that I am self-sufficient, that I am the cause of my success, And when this need is not met, this need for deeper, more meaningful connections is not met, it generates discontent in our hearts and minds. And then we respond to that discontent by getting into a rat race, where we are always chasing after the next thing and the next thing that is supposed to make us happy, and give us that sense of satisfaction and contentment that we desire. But unfortunately, we're so on the wrong track. We cannot acquire that kind of happiness and connection by chasing after things, by acquiring more stuff. It can only be had by connecting with all that is around us with more love and compassion. So in today's episode, I promised that we would take some time and reflect on how we can actually develop more compassion with other people, right? And other things too, right? Not just about people, but let's for now, for simplicity's sake, focus on developing more compassionate connections with other people. So of course, I had to ask my heart about what it had to say and share with me and teach me on this question, because again, this is an area of expertise for our heart. And my heart gave me a rather simple answer. Now, I'm saying simple, not easy, but it is simple, okay? So the simple answer was, if you want to develop more compassion, you strengthen your ability to be compassionate, then you just have to practice being with other people. And in this context, when we're just being with other people, the idea is to focus on listening to other people. And even when I talk, it is to ask questions, of curiosity, to help me better understand what the other people are thinking and feeling and needing. Because it's only by listening to them with this kind of curiosity that I can better understand their perspective. And I can step into their shoes and take a walk in those shoes and experience and begin to imagine, and experience what they may be thinking and feeling and needing and wanting at a deeper level, right? And my heart, was also gave me a really cool tip for how we can do this more easily. And it said, make sure you start small and easy, right? In that, start with people for whom you find it easy to connect with, right? Because there may be a lot of people that have such different opinions than yours, such a hugely divergent view from yours, that you just find it overwhelmingly challenging and difficult to see things from their perspective. So while you're still building up your compassion muscle, so to speak, set yourself up for success by identifying some people in your life whose opinions are not exactly the same as yours, but they're close enough that, you can begin to see things from there, take on this challenge of stepping into their shoes and trying to see things from their perspective, and that you are able to succeed. You have a high likelihood of succeeding in that practice, in that challenge. And the more you do it, the more you'll build your compassion muscle. The more you build your compassion muscle, over time, it'll allow you to connect with more and more challenging people. Challenging in terms of people who have very different views from yours, and that you right now find difficult to handle and deal with. So just go ahead and take some time to think about who some of these people could be in your life. Just identify maybe one or two people who are not too challenging for you, and that you can begin to practice compassion with. Okay, so if you're willing to accept this homework from me, this is your homework. And I'm actually going to go ahead and wrap up right here for today, because I've actually a lot more to say on this issue of how you can develop compassion and some of the challenges that can come in our way as we begin to this exercise of wanting to develop more compassion. But I see that, I will run way over time if I get into any of those other points right now. So let's just wrap up here for today, and we will continue the conversation tomorrow. And in the meanwhile, please show me some love by going to iTunes and leaving the show a 5-star rating. And if you have an extra minute or two, I would love if you could also leave a comment, okay? Because I love to hear from you. So a comment is extra appreciated. All right? So until we connect next time, I wish you lots of peace and joy.